people often ask me, why am I doing all of the emotional labor in this relationship? It's not fair. I feel drained. I'm gonna flip this for you from a Buddhist perspective. The only reason, according to this system, that you would be suffering is because you're giving with an attachment. Attachment is one of the 3 poisons in Buddhism. It's what perpetuates our suffering. And so here's the deal. In this system, you can only ever experience something out there coming from your own mind, from your own karma. How do we know this? Let's use this example. You're giving to your partner consistently, and you're, again, processing your feelings. You feel like you're carrying all of the emotional work. But somebody else, like their therapist who's getting paid, or their mother who's happy to lend an ear whenever, or their best friend, may not be having the same experience. That's how we know. If it were coming from the person that you're talking about, and it were fixed and it were coming from their side only, every being in the planet, everyone, including strangers on the street, would have the exact same experience of this person when interacting with them emotionally. But we know that that's not true. And that's the empowerment here. Because if it's coming from you, which it is, it can change for the better. So if you try to love people with strings attached, it's gonna hurt. Like, do you want to be loved in a way where somebody is like manipulating you and pulling strings and they want a certain outcome by giving? And when you don't give them that outcome, you get punished? If you don't want it, don't do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, even with karma, like people will be like in Buddhism, like don't kill bugs, you know what I mean? Because like we're always creating karma with everything that we're doing. So if you're like protecting life, you're saving the bugs. It's like, if you don't want it done to you, then don't do it, including a bug, including your partner, including your parent, including whoever. So if you feel like you're doing too much emotional labor, it's because you're doing it with the wrong intention. You're doing it with a misunderstanding in your mind that a certain condition is going to be what makes you happy. But let's give one more angle to this. Let's say that you do give to your partner and they start to give you what you want in return. I don't know what you want for your emotional labor. Like whatever you're labeling emotional labor, again, subjective, but whatever you're labeling that, like what is it that you want from them? Do you want more attention? Do you want more sex? Do you want them to hold space for you? Do you want them to process their stuff without you? Like what do you want? You might not even know, to be honest. This term is thrown around a lot, emotional labor. What the fuck does it even mean to you? To each person, it sounds a little bit different. So if you feel like you're doing too much and you're overextending emotionally, think about the ways that you maybe are abandoning yourself. Are you doing too much because you don't want to sit with your own stuff? Are you trying to process their feelings because you don't trust that they'll do it if you're doing it? Are you actually doing your own emotional labor? Or are you just trying to do theirs for them and then feel better because you're like, I'll fix it. And once I fix them, then I'm gonna feel good about myself. Then I'm gonna be needed. And if they need me, then they'll keep me. Do you see what I mean? The deeper that you start digging here, the more you're gonna see your own stuff and be like, why am I blaming it on my partner? Maybe I need to start with me. True generosity, actually, in Buddhism, the only reason you receive anything that you have is because you've given it in the past. And you know, this includes past and future lives. But point is, if you're giving with strings attached, it's gonna hurt. You have to start to give what you wanna get intelligently. So again, with correct spiritual view. If you want someone to do their own emotional labor, then you need to give more selflessly. You need to give with the understanding that the intention and the mindset that you're doing it with is exactly the seed that you're planting in your mind, which means that's the result that you're gonna get later. Guaranteed. Laws of karma. For every cause, there's a result. Like produces like. Karma grows. You need that little seed of compassion and understanding to receive it later. But if you're giving with a condition, and again, when the condition isn't met, when you don't get the exact result that you were hoping for, you get pissed off. That's on you, not them. And that's why this system is so powerful, but it does require this radical responsibility. So if you start to give more unconditionally, because you're, number one, making sure you're taking care of your own needs, you're doing your own emotional labor joyfully. Are you doing it all with bitterness and then expecting a different result from your partner? Why do you think they'll do it if you are angry about it yourself? Life is a mirror, you guys. Your relationships are a mirror. Your partnership is a mirror. It's all a mirror. So if you don't like what you're seeing, it's got to change from within you. And then you start projecting something different, and then you're going to have a different experience. So if you want to go deeper and you want to learn how to do this, join me in my membership, The Underground. So the doors are going to open again in October. You can get on the wait list. Also, if you are in this type of relationship situation and you want support, you can book a sacred intimacy clarity session, 45 minutes. Links for those are below. Other than that, see you guys in the next one.